How's practice been so far?
Good. It's been good. We had a good day today. Our guys had more energy, and we're moving around better. Had a bounce in their step. But this will be a big weekend. This is the guys are going to get on the train and get in playing positions. It's a big weekend for it because we're going to start making those two deep rosters soon. So train has already left the station and it's picking up steam.
You're going to give us those two deeps?
No, I didn't say that.
You said, I think, 8 to 15 practices for the quarterbacks to kind of figure itself out.
Yeah.
Has anybody stepped up, or is it still a 3-horse race, 2-horse race?
Yeah, John and Wilton have really stepped up. I think they've created a little bit of separation, and they're battling it now. It's one with the ones, and the next day the others with the ones, and the others with the twos. So, but we're keeping a very close eye on it, and it's progressing well.
Pep said the other day that one of the things he really likes is the command of the offense these guys have. And, as a former quarterback, what does that mean to you when somebody says they have command of the offense?
Well, it's just a process of knowing where all your players are, and then figuring out what the defense is trying to do to you, or take away, or give you, or where they're more vulnerable. Being able to move the team in and out of the huddle and make reminders is always another one. When a guy has a good command of the offense, he'll give other guys reminders, the running back or the fullback or a wide receiver or a tight end. And he's got it on the tip of his tongue, and he just knows a cold. That's having command of the offense.
Is that the kind of thing that Brandon needs to do to get back in the same level as John and Wilton?
Yeah, it's just a process for him. He's competing hard and doing good, and not to say that anything's set in stone right now, but I think that the two guys have really created a little bit of separation.
How's the competition been on the right side of the line?
It's been good. It's been good. Michael Waney, Runyon, Bushel Beatty have all been in there rotating with the ones. And Bredesen's been a mainstay. Cole's been a mainstay. Kugler's had a nice camp. He's given us a lot of confidence there. So they just continue to pick up the enormous variety of blitzes that we see from our own defense, and it only makes us better, which you love. But it's not the normal practice sessions. So there's a lot of chaos, but it'll make us better.
Jim, have you noticed any changes in Wilton's demeanor as opposed to this time last year through camp? Is he still the same personality-wise? Have you noticed anything different about him?
I'd say the same. He really has been, really from last training camp, he's been a very, very even-keeled guy. I think that's his personality. He has emotional moments in a good way, but I think that's since last year at this time. I think he's been a steady guy.
Maturity-wise, could you describe his maturity?
It's been steady. Yeah, been good.
Well, Hurst said the other day that he thinks the offensive line is the most improved position group on the team. Have you had a similar impression from that?
We can't even block Mohorst right now. It's been tough to block Mohorst and Rashawn Gary and Brian Monet and Chase Winovitz. All those guys have been really good. The battle really is raging right now with the young guys, Luigi Villian and Hudson, Lawrence Marshall, and Michael Dwumfor, Deron Irving Bay. There's a lot of young guys in the mix there, and I think our backups in the defensive line are going to be some young guys. I mean, they're all young. Even the seniors are young, but yeah, there's quite a battle going on there. Pulling hard for a guy like Lawrence Marshall, and this weekend will be big for him. Getting to where he can cement a spot.
Last year at this time, you talked a lot about Chris Evans as being kind of an emerging player. Are there any young players in that vein that have impressed so far?
Did I? This time last year I said Chris Evans? I was right. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple. The receivers are doing really well. DPJ and Oliver Martin and Tariq Black are making a lot of plays. They really are. They're really making superb athletic types of plays. I mean, I've never really seen freshmen do it the way they're doing it. Nico just got out there, Nico Collins. We half the guys we really just kept all through summer school with her, and they have the weekend off this week, and then they have finals on Monday and Tuesday. But I mean, right, and James Ross is really playing well.
Josh Ross?
Josh Ross. I call him James half the time, to his face.
How's he react to that?
He laughs. He's a real hitter. It's hard to imagine. I mean, what was he like in high school? I mean, he's hitting guys out here in the college game like that. And the other guy, giving everybody a run for their money, is Ben Mason. I mean, just a wonderful, wonderful physical football player. He will help us this year. He'll help us win games. He climbing up the depth chart to the fullback position. I mean, he's made to be a fullback. And just really excited watching. Every day you just get excited watching him play.
Has he embraced that?
Oh, yeah. You got to interview him sometime. I mean,
We'd love to.
It will be a treat for you. It will be an absolute treat to be around Ben Mason.
Considering the youth of your roster, where's your offensive and defensive consistency relative to where you'd like it to be after this number of practices?
I'll know when it's good, and till then we'll just keep going full speed. I mean, we won't take any, back anything off, and just keep grinding, as they say. But so it's not there yet, but when it is, well, you usually know it.
Jim, we saw Ward's statement on Grant Perry. I wonder if you had anything to add to that. Any thoughts on it?
Just I support Ward and his decision. It was never a good situation from the very beginning. None of us liked it or liked that one of ours was in a situation like that. And but it is good to have some resolution to it, and it's been investigated and prosecuted, adjudicated in a court of law where everybody had their day in court. I mean, and that's, I'm not gonna call it a good thing, but and then we've already suspended him. We suspended him pretty severely from games and from time around the football team, and so and I think just following athletic department and university protocol, which is all we did the entire time through, and never anything where anybody did anything for Grant. I mean, he got himself in that trouble, so it's up to him to have to face it. So, but now we're at this point where it has some resolution.
Did you have any input in the decision from the state?
That was Ward's. Ward did talk to me about it, and he talked to a lot of people on campus. He talked to many people on campus, more learned scholars than I. But did have some input.
Football-wise,
Basically, just support how you're thinking on this.
in football terms, does he have a little bit of rust to shake off, or is he a little bit behind after missing spring a serious amount of time?
No, maybe. A little bit of a hip flexor, which I can relate to because I got a hip flexor injury right now. But he's battling through it.
Karan
Time
Higdon,
for a couple more questions.
can you talk about the backs a little bit and Karan Higdon and what kind of camp he's had so far?
Yeah, the back's really, really good. Chris Evans, Karan has been really good, and Ty Isaac. The guy's so slippery. It's unbelievable. He just bobs and weaves, and he's tough to get down on the ground. I really think good things for him. Kareem Walker has really started to assert himself. The backs seem good. The tight ends seem good, and the receiving group is coming along nicely. And offensively, we just keep honing in that offensive line, and that's where we're at offensively. Defensively, the secondary, we're just Don and Brian and Mike C are coaching the heck out of that, and feel good that we'll get there. Guys are battling. Really through things, which is good. They're all competing for those starting jobs.
Jim, you had the tight ends.
Really good. Ty Wheatley is really he's running faster. He lost some weight, about 20 pounds, and he's been the most physical of the tight ends. Sean McKean really has been very, very athletic. And Zach Gentry is just fighting like a madman and doing some really, really good things. Ian Bunning's back now, and he's practicing and getting himself back to where he was. Nick Eubanks is, really, really been tough and proficient in the pass game, and Greg Fry's bringing him along as a run blocker. But really excited about all those guys doing a nice job. Even Seltzer and Files are battling away. So it's a good group. They've as you would expect from tight ends, they don't miss practice. They don't limp off the field. They just keep going.
How urgent do you think it is to have one of those guys kind of develop into a safety blanket as some of these young receivers get comfortable?
The tight ends?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're what safety blanket for the quarterback or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The quarterback's going to throw it who's open, and it's got a chance to be really good. The young receivers, Grant, as well, and they're Kakoa Crawford. Eddie McDoom is. He's not giving up anything to anybody. So there's quite a few guys that are really battling hard.
Jim, last year about this time, you said you thought maybe you could count on like 10 to 15 of the true freshmen to play.
Yeah.
It turned out to be like more than that. Are
Right.
you still, is that the same this year? Do you think you can count on about that many, or is it not as much right now?
I think we'll know more after this weekend and really start giving it some thought and seeing exactly those. I guess Oliver and
Yeah.
DBJ and Tariq are going to be out there. Probably Nico too at some point. Ben Mason, very much. And then those defensive linemen, young defensive linemen, are going to be in the mix for sure. For sure. Ambry Thomas is a guy I didn't mention earlier when I was talking about the rest of the freshmen, but he's been sensational. I love him. That's not too many guys on the team I get along better than they're with than Ambry Thomas, and he's been he's mature beyond his years. I love that about him. He's not has no softness whatsoever, and out there every single day, and people in the area should be very proud of him. He's a real ball player. So and there's others, and Drew Singleton, he'll have a chance. I talked about Luigi and Quiddy.
You just mentioned like double digits.
Oh yeah, I think
even
yeah.
say
I had not sat
right,
down and
okay.
figured it out.
Yeah.
What it's going to be, but as we said, they have the license and the opportunity to get in there and play.
How will the kicking game shake out? You Kenny doing everything.
Right. Will Hart is really punting well, but Brad Robbins is the real deal. And Will's, they're neck and neck. So, that's how I haven't had a freshman punter punt as well as Brad Robbins has, anywhere, any college place I've been. But Will Hart's, he's not giving an inch either. And Cameron Cheeseman has done a fabulous job. You can visibly see more velocity on his snaps, doing really good. And then Quinn Ordine is really kicking well. Sachel is back in the mix, doing a good job. And Tice. And then Fogue possibly kicking off. So it's not going to be one guy doing it. There'll be a different punter, a different kickoff person, and a different field goal guy. We'll handle those responsibilities.